Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go plant my garden. I don't have a whole lot of time and I don't know how much I will get done. I haven't even really decided where exactly I am planting everything. It's gonna kind of be a wing it year on that. I have, however, done a ton of other garden preparations this year, more than I ever have. We did till this year. My husband replaced the engine of the old tiller and we got that going. That's the first time in a few years that we've done that. And I very heavily mulched with some very clean straw. Usually I just use some old hay we have, which obviously can get pretty weedy. So my garden is looking pretty clean and pristine right now. I have my seeds. I just bought a bunch more today. I got some more trellises to hopefully maximize space a little bit more this year and experiment growing on trellises. Like I said, I don't know where I'm planting everything. I kind of have an idea. When I get up there, I'll do a little bit more thinking. And then, yeah, I don't know what footage I'm going to get. I'll set my camera up and see what we can get done tonight. And I have probably tomorrow evening to do a little bit of work too. I for sure have potatoes curing right now that I will need to plant tomorrow. So I'll take you along with that as well. It's my first year planting potatoes. I'm using a laundry basket technique, so that'll be exciting. But let's head up to the garden and I'll kind of run through what I'm planting this year. Lots of new stuff. I'm excited. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with cucumbers. I'm going to go a little crazy this year and plant 3 different varieties. I'm going to do muncher cucumbers, those little baby pickle cucumbers, on a trellis that I have up in the corner, which is new this year. And I've never trellised cucumbers. They've trellised on their own before, but I've never intentionally trellised them. So to save some space, I'm going to do that this year. So I'll do the muncher ones. These are very old seeds, and they've been open for years. So we'll see how the germination is. I haven't tried to grow them in a couple years. And then I have my tried and true Marketmore Great Slicer. I'll probably plant a few hills of those. And then I got these. These are very quick to harvest. Only a 45-day maturity, which is insane. And they are little bush cucumbers. These also trellis, they say. But we're going to try them as a bush type. Say it's a space saver. I do want to grow the Marketmore because I don't know exactly how the bush I don't know how the bush cucumbers are going to taste. I know the Marketmore do not get bitter at all, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to start with the cucumbers and then we'll move on from there. Hey guys, it's the next day. I was hoping I would get to plant my potatoes today, but they are not quite cured yet. I'll flip my camera around and show you what I'm working with here. So I've never grown potatoes before. I have two different varieties. I have some red potatoes and some yellow or gold potatoes. And some of them look like they're curing fairly well. But these ones are just, they don't have a very good skin on them yet. So I'm gonna let these be for a little bit longer here. And I'm not sure if it's okay that they're a little rotty in the middle of them, some of them. I don't know. I've never grown potatoes before, but we're gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it. I want to run through and show you what I planted yesterday. I time-lapsed most of the planting, not quite all of it, but I didn't really talk about what I was planting. And also I want to show you I planted something today and did a little bit more work today. I won't be able to finish everything that I want to, but I want to go through and I'll show you what I planted where, just also so I have it in my brain a little better, and I have a physical thing I can go back to and see where I planted stuff. So when stuff starts coming up, I could be like, oh, that's what that is. That's a squash plant. Or if I think it's a weed, I know not to pull. You know what I mean? So it's good to have like a record. I'm not drawing a map this year. I'm not mapping it. I'm not doing any of that. So this is going to be my garden map. So I have to double check one thing, and then I will go through and show you what I have planted. So I showed you my cucumbers yesterday all the way through here. And here, from this corner on, I have patty pan squash. Let's see, I did 5 of those, ending here at the horse is all patty pan. And then going down, I have zucchini back here again. I planted zucchini here last year. Didn't do super great. And as much as I love zucchini, especially like for breads and stuff, I would prefer yellow squash and patty pan to do well. So if this corner is struggling this year, I would rather it be zucchini, honestly, that gets the boot. Over here in this end bed, in the middle here, I planted my yellow squash. Let's see, I did 4 plants of that. And then my 2 trellises on the end of this bed. And over there, I did 2 on either side, are pole beans at the base on either side. So 6 plants on each trellis. I'm not exactly sure what kind of yield that will get me. But then I planted 4 rows of bush beans. I love green beans, and I dedicated an entire bed to bush beans last year and didn't get near as much as I would have liked. So I'm really hoping these pole beans do me well. So I'm not lacking in green beans this year. Let's see, over on this middle bed, I planted all flowers. I was hesitant to do this because it takes a lot of space that I could have used for something else, but I wanted to get some cut flowers in the ground this year. So this first stretch here with the lines, we have sunflowers planted. Quite a different amount of varieties, and I planted them fairly close together. Since I'm using the sunflowers for cutting flowers, I don't need the plants to get massive. I actually prefer them small, so I planted them fairly close together. So hopefully we get some of that. And then over here, I planted 7 hills of cutting zinnias. It's a cut and come variety, so hopefully they produce quite a bit, and they're just like pinks and purple variety. Not exactly sure what the specific name of the variety is. Over here I had already planted radishes. You can see all my baby radishes coming up. Looks like there's a volunteer dill in there too. But those are coming up. And I did plant some radishes in half of this bed. I don't remember what half though. So we'll have to wait to see when they come up so I can finish planting the rest of it, honestly. I have nothing planted over in this one yet, but I did fertilize it. So we have that free for something else. I planted my chives here. We'll see what happens with those. I'm not sure what to expect with chives. And then over in this pot and that pot, I planted beets. I've not planted beets before. I planted like a yellow golden variety. This rhubarb, I will be moving to the outside of the garden, and we'll get another strawberry plant there. And then I will add probably 1, 2, 3, 4 more strawberries here. So I will have another pack of strawberries going in the ground here. Today I also started filling the green stock, but I ran out of soil, so I'll have to get more soil. Nothing is planted in here yet except my volunteer green onion. This is where my peppers usually go. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing peppers yet this year or what I'm gonna do there. And then I planted some scallions in here. That's for you, Grandma. Thanks for the scallion gift. We'll see how these go. I'm sick of not getting green onions, so we'll see what these produce. I'll probably grow them for their greens, but we'll see what we get at the end if we can get any decent bulbs to use. I planted these pretty close together, so I'm sure if they bulb out, they won't bulb out very big, which is fine. Hey guys, you just saw me plant my little potato baskets. We will see how that goes. I didn't have enough soil to start those from scratch, so I just stole it from my green stock. I probably could have went a little heavier on the soil, especially since I didn't add any compost or anything, but fingers crossed that does okay. If it flops, I'm not blaming the setup. I'm not blaming anything other than my lack of preparation, so we'll see how that goes. I just have my green stock to plant and the plants I get from the nursery. Everything that should be up right now is up. My beans are starting to come up already, and I just planted those 4 days ago, so that's great. Everything else, like I said, I mean, nothing else I'm expecting to come up except my radishes, which they're coming up as well, and I planted those 4 days ago. The ones that I planted earlier have just, I mean, they have exploded. So we should be getting a radish harvest here in the next few weeks. So that's great. I'm going to wrap this video up, and this is what we've got so far for this garden season. And we'll see you on the next video.